like,
we're like,
that's why it changed my life. And we're like,
that's so funny.
Like, can you repeat that? You're like, no, I don't think I can ever repeat that.
And that's why I turned away from a life of crime. And that is the meaning of life.
We're trying to.
Okay. We should all have audio now. I don't know why the fuck it does this, but like literally it removes all my sources. Okay, give us our intro.
You know what? What's probably the issue? Streamlabs OBS. Get rid of that virus.
No, it usually happens. It usually happens when
your camera and your screen and post it to a third-party website. Who knows where it's going?
Dude, don't tell me that.
So usually, yeah, if and when I ever get a
hold up.
Whatchamacallit, a Stream Deck, I'll stop using Streamlabs OBS.
I had to watch porn instead last Sunday, I said.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
sorry, honestly, I got caught up, and it was just not.
We also didn't have any material last week.
We were really drying. This week, it almost feels like a two-parter. Don't be mad if we go a little over. I'm kind of maybe.
Do you want to give us a intro, Josh?
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome to This Is Difficult. I'm Lord Yeshua, one of your co-hosts, Josh here. And then we have Paul Ryugami-san to my whatever direction is on your camera. And then we have Colin, 4Gs. He sometimes thinks about streaming. And I'm just kidding. Here we're into video games and video game related things. We have a really juicy one this week. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited for this week because we are in the midst of Mario's 35th anniversary. Next week, we thought about making this one next week, but we just have so much material and we don't want to sit on it. Next week is Mario's 35th anniversary, actually, since Mario Bros. Came out.
Yeah, the 13th.
Technically, Mario is as old as Donkey Kong is, Jumpman, but Mario Bros. Is the first Mario game, so we'll give it a few years later. So he's really like 38 years old. But anyway, regardless, it's a really exciting one. We have a Mario review coming up, done by yours truly. So I'm going to be doing a lot of talking tonight. So brace yourselves, put your earplugs in or whatever. And let's jump right into it. We played a bunch of video games this week, so we actually have things to talk about. I won't start. How about, because I have a lot of talking to do.
Colin, what did you play this week, buddy?
Yeah, Colin, start us off.
GTA V.
Really? V?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, actually.
Remake of that game?
Yeah, I was playing the third rendition, I think.
Oh,
no.
Yes,
yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. Just like the online is kind of cool. And
I hear it's a blast, honestly.
It's a blast if you have a lot of money, you know?
Yeah, no kidding.
Dead by Daylight I'm seeing in the queue. Are we seeing, did we not play that, Colin?
I did play that, yeah.
Oh,
ew.
Well, GTA, though, that's something you haven't played in a while, so that sounds kind of... Personally, not games I get into, but...
Dude, I had a lot of fun with Grand Theft Auto Online way back in the day. Like, literally, I think it was GTA 4 online, because it was on Xbox 360 when I played it.
Yeah,
and that shit was fucking fun, honestly, because you just go in this sandbox and it's just chaos. Like, you do whatever you want. Like, it's just weird chaos, you know? Like, there wasn't necessarily an objective, but you could PvP people.
There is if you want it to be, you know?
Right, sure, yeah. So...
That's cool.
It's actually a deep system in place for all of GTA. Like, it's actually pretty nuts the way it actually works. Like, you have to join a club, right? Like, you join like a motorcycle club or whatever that you found, and then you can pull the members in, so like your friends or just randos, and then from there you can do missions with your club, basically. You can also be like a VIP as well. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty fun. The heists are kind of hit or miss. Some of them are like stupid hard, and I can't figure out how to beat them.
Dude, I believe the Red Dead Redemption 2 online stuff is kind of similar to that, and I've heard good things. I just haven't taken the time to check it out because that game just burned me so hard with the single player stuff.
You didn't like it?
No. I liked it at first, because like the first couple hours of that game are very story driven. And it's pretty cool, honestly, and it's gorgeous. But like once you get to the free roaming stuff, it all falls apart because like unless you are laser focused on doing the story stuff, it's just distraction after distraction after distraction, and they're not good ones like we've
Skyrim
talked about
for Brooklyn.
Well, I mean the Wild Wild West, but
or which one are you talking about? Red Dead? Or
Red Dead, yeah. So, but like and not good ones like fucking Ghost of Tsushima. It's all like, you know, shitty, obnoxious shit that the game makes you do.
Yeah.
And it drove me insane.
My issue with this type of game, I know it's kind of a weird one, but it's just like regular people doing regular people shit. Like, I'm like, I don't like that. I'm like, I want like Mario or like something, or at least Ghost of Tsushima status. It's like something I cannot do in real life. I'm like, oh, cool, I'm gonna buy some drugs, or oh, cool, I'm gonna ride a horse. I don't know. Like, whatever. I like something more fantastical. I guess I'd rather go with Skyrim. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even that, like when like I always go back to like the horse, like the fact that I have to like feed and pet the horse.
Your horse
like doing that stuff as an optional thing is one
like
thing.
In Zelda.
That's
like in
cool.
Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Happy to do it. Love it. That it's but doing like having to do that, like get the fuck out of here, man. Like it's really annoying really fast.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
So,
super dumb.
Cool.
What did you play?
Games that I played this week. I kind of played a smattering of Game Boy games.
Smatter us. Ooh,
now we're
cooking.
I dug up a bunch of cartridges. Yeah, I did play Damn straight.
Fucking amazing.
That game's so good.
Can you beat it in one play? Because I thought I could last
totally can beat it in one play. It's a long play. It's a long playthrough, but the game does have in-game saving,
It's relatively small for like a long that type of game. But I think there's only like 40 levels. It's like not crazy.
It's not crazy. And there's some levels that I'm pretty sure you can skip too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you can go one path on each of them, I think. What a fantastically good game.
So fun. Yeah.
The moon boss.
Yeah. So I played a little bit of that. I played a little bit of Link's Awakening on the Switch.
Woohoo! Fantastic remake.
Yeah. And then Absolutely I love that game so much.
Perfect game.
Then I think I did the 4th and 5th dungeons the other day. Yeah.
You can beat that game really fast if you really try.
Yeah. I think
you know where you're going. It's fast.
Right about like 12 hours, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think I did. I 100%ed it at like 30, I want to say. So you could easily, probably 10 even, I would say, or less. Yeah, crushing.
Yeah, and then what else? I kind of messed around with like adding different games, like adding some Nintendo and Game Boy games to my SNES Mini.
Oh, now we're cooking.
So, cool. But so I didn't really spend a lot of time in any one game this week. I just kind of like tinkered with a whole bunch of different games, but that was fun. Sometimes that's you got to kind of get like a variety.
Try some new stuff. Yeah.
There's not really a game that I'm like really hooked into right now, like I was with Ghost of Tsushima. So like, I'm trying to find that. But
I'm kind of sad that mine is now coming to an end too. Actually, the game I'm kind of hooked on right now.
Yeah,
it's pretty much over.
What'd you play this week, Josh?
Yes. So I did play our review game and beat it, which is how I'm able to review it.
Yes.
Paper Mario: The Origami King. I'll save everything about it until the review, which is coming up soon. And then I actually did play. I'll ramp up to the big one, but so I played a few new games on the SNES store that just got added recently. So Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario All-Stars, which I have both of on the Super Nintendo, but I have actually never played those games with a joystick before. So I was really excited to try out with my Pro Controller. And Donkey Kong is such butter with a joystick. It's just so amazingly smooth. And Mario, honestly, the controls are a little dated on All Stars. I'm not gonna lie. It's like Donkey Kong feels so perfect.
So I actually did. Because All Stars came out this week, and we'll talk. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But
all the Mario stuff gonna explode.
But so I played it on All Stars. I played Mario 3. And then I switched over to the Nintendo version of Nintendo Online and played Mario 3 on there, the original Nintendo version. I like the original version way better.
I think they do something to All-Star, and I notice it on the SNES cartridge as well. And like the graphics get like a weird gloss too, like when you play like the OG.
Well, they
they
updated them to like the 16-bit graphics.
But like exactly. But like even that transition onto the Super Nintendo for those games, I feel like they took a strange turn. But like maybe it's very negligible. But I do agree. In my opinion, every game is best on its original console unless it's like an overhaul. That's why I'm really excited. Why we're not going to get too deep into it until it's coming up, but the 35th anniversary All-Star Collection, I'm just really excited to see what tweaks they're in. And we obviously all have our opinions on this, so we'll get to that. But Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit of a change. So, but it was nice to use a joystick. Donkey Kong feels incredible with a joystick. I highly recommend it. I love those games. I can't wait till the others come out. And me and Colin need to play that co-op or whoever. And then the big game, my buddy was like, hey, this game's on sale. It's half off. It's $15 in the eShop right now. And the physical is like $18. So Starlink I got this week on the digital copy. First off, I will say this is a 16.3 gigabyte game. So you have to archive all your shit basically that you're not using in order to get this on there. I archived a ton of shit that I'm not using and deleted.
Unless you have a big memory card. I'm buying it right now.
Yeah, buy it right now.
I'm not even gonna lie. Right now.
I'm gonna start this by alleviating everyone's fears that we thought about this game. I'll give a quick mini review, very quick. Starlink is a fucking awesome game, and I'm so glad my buddy played it and convinced me to get it. And I'm sad I slept on it, but I'm also happy I waited till it was $15. At that price, I am absolutely gonna just say buy it before I even start the review. It is totally worth it at this price tag. Absolutely. Yeah, Starlink is fucking awesome. Literally, the dog fights in space are like a 360 Star Fox, and the controls of the R-Wing, you literally can choose R-Wing. Yeah. It feels like the good Star Fox with like 360 controls, and there's planet systems that like you're on the ground, and it's kind of like all range mode, if that makes sense from back in the day. And then there are still like tunnel patterns that you can go through like straightaways. Fighting is amazing. You can alter your normally you would have to like augment your R-Wing with the Thing, which was like a total mistake in my opinion. That's why it turned me off of this game initially. The digital version has everything on the start menu. So all you have to do is press start, and you can alter your guns very fast, seconds on the fly, no loading times or anything. It's huge. It's literally Star Fox meets No Man's Sky meets like Horizon Zero Dawn almost, with like there's like species and stuff. You can scan the environment for like different animals and stuff, and like learn about the different planets, and there's different ways to complete things. And sure, there's a lot of like dog fighting, like R-Wing fighting and stuff, but it's like really enjoyable. And you can do the old school method with the charge ball and the regular lasers and like upgraded stuff, or there's tons of guns to alternate with. There's tons of sweet like alternates. It's actually insane how much there is to augment in this game. I'm super happy right off the bat, and I've only put like 2 hours into it. I am going to say this is a buy on the eShop right now for $15 until Tuesday. I'm not even like, I don't work for Nintendo, but I think that you should buy this game.
Yeah, I mean, that confirms everything that I've heard about the game.
Yeah. I was very nervous because I need 64 status.
Like when it came out, I heard a lot of people being like, hey, like people are sleeping on this game. Like the toys to, game kind of bullshit is whack, but like the game itself is pretty rad, and like especially on the Switch because of all the Star Fox integration, and there's like an entire Star Fox DLC for it.
It's incredible. So not only that, all the DLC is integrated. I think just getting the regular one gives you all the initial DLC, and then there's like a bonus pack that gives you like extra stuff for the digital version. I recommend just getting the $15 version because I have like so much shit right off the bat already, because it comes with all the initial DLC that came out originally. So like all the parts and stuff are just on your start menu again. It's really cool how many options you have. Slept on this game personally because of the interface. Honestly, I thought that was a huge hindrance for me. Like I was just like, I'm paying $75. It was like $80 after tax because it comes with some bullshit R-Wing plastic thing, and I gotta like adjust it during a fight. Like, come on, I don't want to fucking do that. So this is like a saving grace. It kind of saved the game, and I think Nintendo is probably like kicking themselves a little that they didn't kind of launch it like that initially. When you play it, you got to pick Fox, pick the R-Wing, obviously, if you want to do Ultimate Star Fox mode, although you can play as the other characters, and the story is good, and there are other people and stuff in the story, and it really integrates Star Fox team into it well, to where I'm not like, this is clearly like another game. Like if I don't think of it being on other consoles, this is a Star Fox game to me, with other characters that make it feel even more like a rich open world. So I'm going to give it a buy. I don't know anything more than that yet. I'm going to say buy it.
Fuck yeah, man. I just downloaded it, so I'm excited about it.
It's huge, so be careful, but
I did have to. I've got a big memory card in there, and I still had to archive some stuff, but I've got a fuck ton of games on my Switch, so
my friend just got the world record on one of my levels.
Yo, badass. In Mario Maker or what?
Yeah,
dude, I hate Mario Maker.
I love Mario Maker.
So
Colin,
no, time out. Here's the thing. Let me back that. Let me give some sustenance to that.
There's no sustenance to hating a great game.
No, hold on. Let me just explain it. The game itself is rad. The concept is fucking rad. But the problem is finding fun levels. Most people's levels are fucking impossible, and they're not fun.
Levels. You can do the high-ranked, most popular.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I want to get in and I want to play like someone else's vision of what a good Mario, like Mario 2 or Mario 1 or Mario 3 or like something like that, or Super Mario Brothers for SNES, something like that. But I get in there and I just play these levels that knock your dick into the dirt, and
I think there's just a lot of trolls. But like, so in my heyday in Mario Maker, when I was basically exclusively streaming Mario Maker and just ruining world records left and right, I still have like 50. But I realized that the troll thing was a thing, and I would just like boop out. I usually check the comments, and I would be like,
"Isn't there like a word for that type of level?"
It's Kaizo. So basically, Mario Kaizo is like a term that refers to. It basically is like a style of playing, and I think it refers to some type, like a game specifically that was made, like a fan made. I'm not sure, but it's a style in which you use extremely specific moves. There's no room for error. So the term is coined Kaizo to reflect that. There is no room for error at all. Like 1 inch is you're fucked. You're doing insane moves that you would never think, like wall jumping, like turtle bouncing, like shell. What does they call it again, Colin? What is the shell? What is the wall shell move called?
Wall shell move?
Turtle shelling. And it's like insane where you basically run into a wall, release the shell as you're jumping up, it bounces off, and then Mario, as he's getting upward momentum, bounces off of the shell perfectly and gets over a high wall.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Really? I had to do it a few times. So in the beginning, I could not handle these kinds of levels. And then I really just ground it out, and I started being like, bring it on the troll levels. And like, once you figure out a lot of the tricks that people do, it's kind of, but the stupidest thing is when people implant, like a lot of people make impossible to beat levels and put like a star in like an invisible block that only they know where it is. And they'll be like, oh, I know I beat the level because I just get the invisible block star, but no one who ever plays that level ever find that. So it's just unbeatable. And a lot of people will troll you hard on actual unbeatable levels. But it's really cool when someone's like, this level's unbeatable, and you just destroy it.
So that just like it totally ruined the game for me, honestly.
No.
Like, but I'm not against getting back in and playing other stuff, but like especially when they came out with the ability to create your own worlds, I was like, this is gonna be fucking awesome.
Dude, the Zelda Maker, I literally was crying for that like for so long. The only thing I need now is Donkey Kong Maker, and I can die happy. Like, oh my god.
That'd be pretty
Seriously,
cool.
The Zelda Maker is so cool. I was having so much fun with that. Like, so if anyone doesn't know, you really don't know what this is. Oh my God, this is an insane update. I can't believe Paul doesn't know about this. They literally added the mode where you can do Link is your character. He can do like bombs, arrows, and stuff. And it's basically like NES version Zelda, and you can make your own dungeons.
What?
I'm not
when did
lying
they add
to you.
that?
I'll pull it up right here.
Okay,
I swear to God.
Because there's something like that in there's like a beta version of that
Zelda,
in
Mario
Link's Awakening.
Maker. Yes, but it's so much better here. Super Mario Maker 2 update sees Link from The Legend of Zelda join, and then you get the Master Sword, and it like makes you crazy. So this came out. This was like November, dude. The 2.0 patch. The new Master Sword item will turn you into Link. So you leave a Master Sword somewhere, Mario turns into Link in the level. When this new course part is picked up, Mario transformed to Link, equipped with a new set of moves, like attacking with a sword, shooting arrows, and dropping bombs. It's a free update, dude. So it came out before.
So I remember that, but it didn't really allow you to make Zelda levels, did it?
Well, it allowed you to design levels similar. Like I played a lot of like top like popular Zelda ones when I first played it. I haven't delved into it too much, but there are ones that like Deku Tree and like Gerudo Fortress. Like our friend Colin, I can't remember his name, but who's a really good Mario Maker level. I cannot remember now, but I think you turned me on to this guy. He had like professionally done levels like Clock Tower and whatnot, click clock whatever from Mario 64. Really? You can't back me up on any of this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no. I'm trying.
I know my brother tried
Mario
to recreate Mario 64 levels in.
Yeah, but like
did
I was thinking of Clock Town maybe from Majora's Mask. I can't remember, but he did like a lot of cool Zelda ones where like you can implement these puzzles.
Interesting. Well, I'll give it another shot for sure.
Yeah.
I just like.
Yeah, play our levels.
Yeah,
that's what this is about.
Levels. Seriously, be my world records.
Well, if they're fun.
My levels are amazing.
Dickhead levels.
Baby's first Kaizo.
Yeah, no, I don't want a Kaizo.
Baby's first Kaizo.
I don't want a baby's first Kaizo. I don't want anything Kaizo.
I have a line of baby levels that are extremely easy, and then I have like the crazy levels.
Okay, I'll play the baby levels.
The Kubler-Ross model is one of my favorites.
Interesting.
5 stages of death.
Right on. You ready to?
Oh shit! Let me pull it up.
Review this game.
All right, guys.
Hold on.
And my honestly favorite thing.
So that I can get our background on.
Yes.
All right, and just so you guys know, the background gameplay, I couldn't find any of Josh's background gameplay for Paper Mario, so we're using a YouTuber, Prophasia Gaming. If you want to check out their YouTube, I'm just using their playthrough for our background.
Perfect. So I'm really excited about this one. This is a game that truly I got sucked into. I'm not gonna lie. Just first impression at the end, I like really felt attached to the game completely after it was all sewn up and done, and I was just like so attached to how they sewed up the storyline.
Like they folded everything together.
They literally folded it and mailed it.
Will you play it again? Is it
like origami?
I do
like Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door.
I want to speed run it almost immediately now. I want to speed run it probably next month. I think give it a little time to simmer so I can forget. But I did 100% at this time, so I think I know everything about the game. I think that gave me a more full experience too. Whereas a lot of people were giving negative reviews about this game because like they're kind of just running through and they're like, oh, okay, whatever, pretty surface level. But like, it's really meant to be fully explored. I think after fully exploring it myself, I think you're supposed to do that.
That's how I felt about Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, and that's like great. I think games that encourage that but don't force it is good. It just sucks when the game isn't as good when you don't do that. And that's fine. If you didn't want to do that, go for it. You're just not going to get as full of an experience. I'll tell you that. If you 100% this game or get everything and look at everything and talk to everyone before and after certain events, like it's very awesome and the characters are really incredibly done. I loved like talking to characters after a certain event happened, and it would be like they'd actually be affected by that event, like just like in Thousand Year Door, they'd be like, "Oh, remember when that guy ran through here?" Oh, well, I don't know. I'm just making a reference, but so that felt really cool. Let's see here. Let's go through the list now. When you play it, where is it available? So this is Paper Mario Origami King. This is going to be from Intelligent Games. So they've been doing all the Paper Mario games. Actually, it is crazy that they fucked up so many of them.
Well, didn't Intelligent Games get like shit canned and then Nintendo absorbed them? Did they go under?
I don't really know, honestly. I don't know if they were just like partnering with Nintendo for the first few Paper Marios and then got absorbed or not. I'm not really sure if they're still standalone.
Because I remember doing a news piece on them, like closing down Intelligent Games, and this was before Paper Mario Origami King got announced.
Oh yeah, which was only like 2 months ago, by the way. Like, we got announced like 4 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
So it's on the Switch. It's only on the Switch. And here we have the release date was July 17th, I want to say. And then Switch. It's $60. It cost me $65 after tax. I was pretty happy about that price tag. I was able to pick it up on launch day very easily from GameStop. I'm pretty sure it's still fully stocked if you want to pick it up. It's not like an Animal Crossing where you can't find it anywhere. What did you like about the game? Yes. I'm just reading the template here, everybody.
That's what I do. I think it's a great way.
Yeah. So what do I like about the game? I will say the strong parts were the story and the world. Like the world itself and the feel of the world, I cannot express enough how magical it was. And I love bragging on that fact because I feel like a lot of people, I watched other reviews and whatnot, did not press this enough. This game feels fucking amazing. It looks gorgeous. It is the best looking Paper Mario game to date.
Well, and it was also one of your biggest concerns about the game going into.
Yes. One of my biggest concerns was that it wasn't going to feel like Paper Mario. And to me, combat aside, I'm just cutting out combat for now. Like as the Paper Mario games, it's the story, the overall like way characters interact with each other, the lay of the land and the way the world feels is really what's most important about the Paper Mario series. Like Thousand Year Door, when I think about Thousand Year and all the great parts.
Not going to say I told you so. But I fucking told you so.
I'm getting there though. I'm still on the good parts.
All right, continue.
All right. when I think about Thousand Year Door, of course I think about the combat, but my mind immediately goes to the story parts and like what's great about how that game feels. And to me, Origami King, it's the same way. My mind kind of overlooks the bad parts immediately, and I'm just like, yeah, it feels fucking great. I really love this game for how it feels immersive wise. The sound. Wait, we're getting into each thing. Okay, hold up. So I'll go through the things that are good in this category too. So the art style is fucking gorgeous. It is absolutely the most crisp, clean, kind of cardboardy, like the paper is imbued in the world. Once I got a grip on being okay with it being a paper world, which Paper Mario 1 and Thousand Year Door were not paper worlds, but they did have paper references. And this is a fully integrated paper world. Once I got a grip on that, I was totally cool with it. And I was like, these jokes and these like references and the way they do things kind of work really well. The finale, for that matter, the origami finale, there was like a 3-part ending, like is so well done, and I was like laughing my ass off and also blown away by how awesome it was. And overall, the ending was like extraordinary as far as that story and just like the paperness and like all of it kind of flowed well together. I wasn't mad at any of that. The music is spectacular. Maybe the best part of the game, actually.
Really good music.
The music is absolutely stunning. I think it's a tie. If not, some tracks are better than Thousand Year Door. I'm not even going to lie. I think Thousand Year, some of its tracks, like gorgeous. But there are some like Pedal Meadows or like, and I'm like, I like that song, but I'm not in love with that song like I am the Thousand Year Theme and a few others. And in this one, Origami, I really feel like every song was a knockout. Like every single track, every little iteration of Toad Town, and like everywhere you went, like, oh, you're underwater now, and oh, you're in this cave, so that song changes. Like everything was so well done, just like how Mario does, where it like blends that same song and like does all the things are just amazing. Every area had a unique track. Fucking knockout. And Koji Kondo did not work on this, although I think he was like a reference or whatever they call on a consultant on the game, but I don't think he actually composed anything. But he was credited. But let's see here. How is the sound design? What the fuck am I supposed to? Actually, so this is I'm gonna get to the negatives last. So the sound design is a minor negative for me, but I'll start with the positives. It sounds gorgeous. Like it's like very Mario and goofy, and everybody's like, "What?" Toads and whatnot. It's like great. I love it. It's so goofy, and it feels just like Thousand Year as far as that is concerned, which I find part of the world too. Like everything's great. There's a lot of fun musical numbers. They took a lot of liberties with goofiness in this one, and I thought that was great, and it shined in a lot of ways, and I totally accepted all of that. The one downfall, I find this to be kind of egregious. I'm not gonna lie, and it takes at least 1 point off for me. I will say is that Mario is not voiced in this game, and that is ridiculous.
Not like oh yes or anything like that.
No, I thought so at first, and I might have said that in like one of my streams. I was like, oh yeah, and then I playing.
Yeah, that's a little weird because that's something that they could easily do.
Maybe like that.
Nothing. And it seems like something they could have just literally taken from Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, they could have just used the old.
I have access to those sound bites. Literally, I have the Nevercall and I have all the Thousand Year Door sounds. So I think Nintendo could have handled that. That was something that was a little bit offensive to me because it's like taking the hat out of Link for some reason. And dude, like, why would you do that?
That's been a trend in video games recently over maybe the last 10 years that I don't really understand is the silent protagonist, which Link has always been a silent protagonist for the most part.
But still sounds.
But he does make sounds.
Emotes,
but like, more and more games like just give you a 100% silent protagonist, and I don't understand that. Like, because I feel like, especially if it's a game where you're playing as a character, it's one thing if you are creating your own character, right? So you're supposed to be that character, and so like they're not going to put your voice in there, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But like especially in like single player games, things like that, to have a silent protagonist doesn't really make much sense, and I feel like it takes away from the soul of the character.
I think it's a little lazy in certain aspects. I think it's different. I think Zelda and a few others are a rare exception because in Zelda, Link is like, he's almost like a reflection of everyone, and he shows the best in everything, and he brings out the best, and everyone bounces things off of Link. But like normally the silent protagonist, like you don't ever find out anything about them. Like you don't know their intentions a lot. Like you're saying, it almost feels like lackluster writing. And yeah, I totally think it's kind of weird to do. But also at the same time, when my protagonist talks needlessly, I'm just like, also kind of annoyed by it. So I don't know what I like better, really. Yeah. But Mario is like the sweet spot. He's like, it's a me. And it's like just enough that you get a little taste of Mario and you love it every time. So taking that out of the game was a downfall for me. That's like a point off in my mind. Let's see. And then let's move along. How long did it take me? So the game, I'm going to speed run this game, as in just run through it, not necessarily like try and grind it out the fastest possible, but I'm just going to run through it without 100%ing it. I would assume that probably takes 15 to 25 hours on average, depending on how slow you go. And if you want to collect a little more things, like 15, 25 hours, probably can be done in 10. The world record, I would bet, is going to be like 5-ish hours or less, maybe. I put in 55 plus hours into this game, 100%ing it. So I think that's really nice to know that if you 100% this game, you are going to be getting around 60 hours probably into it. So as someone who's naturally good at Mario games, I'll say I didn't really have to like learn too much more except for the combat. So I would say that I may have gone faster than some. So like, younger people and people who are less experienced in Mario would have a great time being immersed in this for a really long time. It's one of those games that beating it, I'm kind of like sad that I now have experienced it all, because I really do like it a lot. It's really in there for me. It's great. Let's see. Was the game difficult? This is kind of in the negatives, where the game really has only a learning curve as far as the combat is concerned, but not really like difficult once
that's
you
pretty
get that
typical
down.
for an RPG.
Yeah,
though.
I'd say that's pretty typical for an RPG though, where you just get better and better. And then would you play a sequel? I mean, of course, I'll get every paper. This reaffirmed my belief that the next Paper Mario game can be good again. So I will be getting the future Paper Mario games. Thank you, Nintendo, for renewing my faith. I wanted to say this sentence really badly. You made me believe in Paper Mario again. Thank you. I'm almost crying. It's like amazing because I didn't have to say the alternate.
Your
audio's
off.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, I'm kidding.
We're crying. So I'm really glad I didn't have to say this was a sad disappointment and I will never be buying another Paper Mario game, because I had that up my sleeve as well. So I was ready for that option, and nope. Very pleasantly surprised, guys. Let's see. Overall rating. Okay, let's back it up now. So what didn't I like about the game? So I'm going to be totally honest with you. One of the most important parts of an RPG is the combat system. What defines an RPG as an RPG is almost like some kind of time, turn-based, spell-based, kind of like choose your own attack type thing for, like, you know what I mean? Like you design your character in a certain way potentially, and he does these things in like some kind of turn or time-based combat, right? Okay. This took a lot of new liberties with the combat system, and I will say this is a big downfall for me overall. When I look at the grand scheme of the game and how amazing it was in certain ways, this is the one thing that glaringly stands out as the weakness for the game. The combat is not standard RPG style. It adds this puzzle element for everyone that doesn't know, where you basically spin the platforms and whatnot. And then your items are consumable as far as your weapons. You have a few different options as far as jumps and hammers are concerned. The issue there lies that you literally don't have many options. You get the boots, and then you get the shiny boots, then you get the legendary boots, and it's like nothing different ever. There's no badges as far as like different moves or different augments or anything like that. No lucky day.
Maybe you didn't find the badges. Maybe there's some in the game somewhere.
Yeah, okay. I 100%. Yeah. But
so the combat looked really fun initially, but it looked like something that could get old.
Didn't look fun to me.
Yeah, and so some fights literally were the reason I would like turn it off for the night. I would be like, okay, like I just want to run through an area because I was trying to 100% it, of course. I'd be like, time to go back to the area and get something I missed. And be like, oh, I really don't want to fight. I get stuck in a fight and I'm like just trying to flee, and fleeing doesn't work like even close to most of the time. That is a really stupid, broken thing. You should be able to let you at least pay coins into fleeing to guarantee it to happen. That was an extremely big oversight too. Like fleeing was almost took way longer to just flee over and over again because they attack you after you try and flee and fail. We were like 3 or 4 times of failing to flee in a fight that would eventually successfully flee. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's no like press A as fast as you can, like in the originals, or like even putting coins into it to guarantee it works. Like I pay 1,000 coins to flee, right. Whatever. I got 100,000 coins at the end of the game. So none of that was really like, yeah, that was kind of an issue. The big thing for me is like, sure, there were like elemental powers and developmental powers, which I love all the puns, whatever. I got into it. But they were like cool additions, but you'd have to like get them from the enemy. Like, oh, this Goomba's holding the plate or like the space, kill him. And then, you know, I can then use it, which just guarantees a kill. So it's like always the same. I can't use star power. There's no different moves. There's no different ways to attack. And there's no partner aside from occasionally having an ally when there's story relevant. They're in it, which I did like that when like Bowser or Babam or whoever joins in. I love that. And you can always bank on them killing the last few enemies. You're like, cool, I'll kill this many. And then there's a few extra Bowser can kill them or whatever. I did like that aspect, but it was not the same. I'm not here to say this was bad. This innovation was horrible, but it was so different that I can't say the game was as good as Thousand Year Door or Paper Mario 1 because this mechanic change did glaringly reduce its quality, in my opinion. It kind of like was the thing that stood in its way from being a perfect game almost. Like I think this had the quality of a perfect game aside from this
the combat.
The boss battles at first were this is where I come in with the learning curve again. Learning this combat system in boss battles was very difficult for me. Like it really took me 4 boss battles before. I think after the third
that
one,
was something I noticed when I was watching you play a couple times.
Yeah, it was very difficult for me, and I got really ragey and like kind of annoyed. Once I got it down, I loved the boss battles. I really thought they were amazing, and like Jamali said, they were something I looked forward to. And every time there was like a surprise boss, I'm like, sweet, what's the new mechanic? Especially like the scissor boss, he one-hit KOs you. It's like insane. So you have like all this pressure, and it's like this sweet puzzle. And instead of being like line up the bad guys and kill them with a generic move, it's like an actual board game. And it's almost like Mario Party meets like Mario RPG in a way. And I liked that a lot. And I almost wished more bad guys I almost wish they did less combat and made it more innovative so it wasn't as down your throat. But I will say that is the only thing that reduced points for me, like significantly, aside from the Mario voice thing. And it was fun sometimes. And I'm not even saying sometimes, like, a lot of the time combat was enjoyable. And when you did upgrade and get stronger, like it was like amazing. There's no like armor and there's no different ways to augment your stats though, which was something taken out.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. So check this out. They found in the Paper Mario source code an EXP system.
Oh, can you imagine?
So there originally was an EXP system for this game, but they took it out.
Interesting. Why would they
so
do
like
that?
it was gonna have more of those traditional RPG elements, and then they're like, yeah, no, you know what, let's make it less RPG-y. Insert what's funny is
weird.
they did some things that make it more like an RPG.
I agree.
And then they took away other things like armor and weapons that are permanent and EXP that you would imagine to be like a staple of an RPG.
Yeah. The one thing that I would say they drove home in regard to that subject is that it's normally broken up into chapters and you go back to the hub world. And although I did love Toad Town, it wasn't as amazing as the OG Toad Town or nowhere near as amazing as Rogueport, I'll be honest, because Rogueport is fucking badass, I think, as a hub world. It was still a really good and beautiful hub world. I did really enjoy it. That being said, fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, I threw you off, man.
No, you're good. On that subject, what were you saying?
Well, I was just saying the fact that they added in some RPG elements but took some away.
Yeah. So the best thing for me was that like the chapters and you would come back, but this one was more like a rolling story where like you get to the end of the next chapter and you would see the beginning of the next chapter and you just like go for it, and there's no like breaking up of chapters. And although I love the interims in Thousand Year and in the original, they do kind of break it up, and that might be a slight downfall of Thousand Year even now looking at this format. The chapter breaking, although I missed saying like da na na like the chapter thing, I do miss that alone. But I do think cleaning it up a little and not having the in the middle stuff was kind of nice actually, and like it just feels like it's a more continuous story. Like
some of that stuff drove me nuts in Thousand Year Door. Honestly, in my playthrough, it kind of
tech
was so fucking annoying. Like I could do the tech levels, I was just like, can we be done with this?
The Bowser levels. The Bowser levels, though.
The Bowser levels were so fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
That might have been the best part of the game.
Yeah, and Bowser is really amazing in this game. I will say, I wish Bowser wasn't completely folded up for 90% of the game, but he is amazingly well written. The storyline is really well written. I almost cried at the ending, actually. I'm not going to lie. It was like Pixar status, really good. And I had a friend say like they didn't like the ending and whatnot.
And they were wrong.
I'll just let you know, it was like a 3-phase boss battle. And I was like, okay, what am I just going to like fight the main boss? It's going to be lame. The final boss was like all 4 of the bosses mixed together in this really unique fashion. I was like, that's a ballpark knockout. And then he like goes giant mode and you have to like do some crazy like God of War stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's badass.
Nice.
And then the very final one is like a big puzzle to kind of give homage to the battle system, but no enemies on it. It's just like him kind of fucking with your puzzle over and over on this intense, and he's like attacking you and it's like really cool. And that's kind of like God of War with like action things, and Mario's like blocking him. It's a really epic ending. I'm not like trying to spoil too much, but like I loved the ending personally. I was really blown away by the scale of it. Really well done, and it wasn't just one RPG fight, which I actually thought that was good too. Like there was the boss battle, and then there's more cool elements like that were different. That was great. Let's see, overall rating and impression. Overall impression, this game's fucking fantastic. This game is absolutely worth buying. $60 is great. I would have paid $100 for this game. I don't even give a shit. Fantastic. I really love this game. I really highly recommend this. Overall rating, again, the battle system withdraws the fun and yet does not detract from the overall game. So like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it doesn't hurt the game to the point of disrepair. You can learn to love it if you don't just say like, I can't do this, whatever. Just go with it. It does get like more fun and learnable, and the learning curve after like the first chapter, like you're pretty much into it. First or second chapter, like you're good. So I think there's a slight learning curve, and then it's just a breeze, and it's really fun, totally worth trying out. But again, it's just not the same battle system, so brace yourself for that. But overall, amazing. World is amazing, music amazing. So many things about this game are 10 out of 10 in my mind. But again, the battle system does bring it down a little. So my overall rating, put a lot of thought into this. I give it an 8.8 overall. And I think that's pretty good for me because I was really holding myself back from the 9s. But I do believe that the battle system chunked enough of it off. But still, 8.8. I really think this is amazing. I do give Thousand Year a 10, and I give Paper Mario 1 probably a perfect 10, if not almost a 10 in my mind. So I think this is pretty good comparatively. I would highly recommend buying it. I don't think it's if you can handle the battle system, you should play this game. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it because, I mean, as many people know, when this first got announced, your outlook for this game was not good.
Yeah. So a little backstory we're talking about is shitting myself basically when this was announced, and I immediately shivered in my seat. And me and Colin were like, "It doesn't look good. I'm scared."
We were scared.
The trailer didn't do it justice.
No,
like it really didn't.
It's really like minimalistic and simple.
The trailer really did. I would have loved to see more.
Are you a dumb guy?
I would have loved to see like dialogue, like a scene of dialogue as the trailer instead. Almost like a few scenes and then some like little bits of combat and stuff, but like a more upfront trailer because we didn't really get enough. And then even when they did the extended one, it was just like all about combat, and that just made me nervous. And I was like, can I just see what the game is all about? So
and especially because the combat isn't really as good as other games per se. Like seeing that was the main focus of the combat was like, because when I first saw the combat in the first trailer, I thought that was a mini game. Like I didn't think that was the combat.
I did, and I was scared.
And then when it got announced, or when they showed that was the combat system, I was like, ooh, I don't know if... Like, and again, it looks fun for a mini game, but it don't look like something I want to spend the entire game doing necessarily.
Yeah. I think this is a game you have to have a friend like me play in order to play, or else it can get overlooked very easily, like with Starlink. I feel like it should be played. If you're a Mario fan, Colin, I'm looking at you. I feel like you should play this game. If you are a real Mario fan, I think this qualifies in the Hall of Fame of great Nintendo games. Even at an 8.8, I think this is really, really a Mario game. And I really do respect it. And it's entered the Hall of Fame for me. So like 8.8 is still great for me. Again, there's just a little more frustrating parts than normal, but like it's so rich. It's so deep. The characters are great. I know a lot of people didn't think so, but like I talked to them over and over again and went back to the fun areas just to explore and collect 100%. And like they all change dialogue, and there's different fun side things to do. And overall, the world felt huge, and it was great. I could rave on it. Yeah,
right on.
It's really good. Yeah.
So overall 8.8. All right, I'm gonna take the background gameplay off here.
I'm tempted to bring it into the 9s even, but like I think the combat is just that different. Yeah, but anyway.
Right on.
Right on.
Let me see. Oh shoot, where is that?
I haven't been able to see the chat until just now because I had that list up. So here's the chat back. Hey everybody, did you miss me?
Yes, we did.
All right, and now we have a bunch more Mario stuff to talk about, don't we?
We do. We also have.
No.
What?
It's not Mario stuff.
I didn't do anything.
It better be about Mario.
So we have a topic. It's not necessarily Mario related. Do you want to do news first, or hit that topic first?
Let's hit the topic, and then we can crush it with the news, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of big news.
So the topic is this, and I think this is a pretty apt topic for the three of us currently. How do you fit in time?
Ocarina of Time?
No. How do you like fit in like interests, hobbies such as gaming when things tend to get in the way, like work, personal life, that whole kind of deal. Like, what do you guys do to balance that? Like, how do you balance? Because I know, like me personally, I know I have a struggle. I literally have to schedule my gaming time for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like typically when I stream is when I do the majority of my gaming. You know, I don't really game off, and that's because like like work and life just tend to do what they do, So
the older I get too, on that note, the more I value the real life things. And I'm not saying gaming isn't a passion. Like we all love gaming for different reasons and the same reasons, but like it's not like life should be a priority, guys out there. Don't get too sucked into your art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah.
What do you guys do? Like what? Like how do you guys like? What's the mental process you guys go to manage that balance of like hobbies, interests versus
I just drop it.
What Colin said is kind of Colin said is kind of not completely spot on, but for me, I do like mental juggling of my hobbies. So like on my phone and like talking to you guys when I'm at work on Discord, and like we're like, oh, the Mario thing, or like talking to my friends about Magic, or like any of that stuff where I can't actually play these games or tangibly hold anything, but I can like do some fun research on it and get into the topics on it with you guys and stuff. And to me, I'm able to juggle it by kind of dropping it, like Colin said, and taking a break from it, because you can overload so easily, and your personal life is very important. So we don't want, like, for me, it takes so much energy to stream. Like it takes a lot out of me, and it's not that I love it, but it's just like, okay, this is gonna be the whole night, like, and work is fucked. But like, where the fuck was I going? Why do I do this? I had a really long day.
I feel you, man.
But that being said, God damn it. Yeah, so taking a little break and then like juggling it. So like I can like still like play the games like mentally, like by like be taking an interest in them, like, you know, the Mario thing. Like I'm not playing a Mario game right now, but like I can, you know, play 5 minutes of All Stars when I'm at home, and then like look up a bunch of the fun Mario stuff and like still entertain my hobby in a way.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Like I think that's something that I do as well quite a bit. There's you know, like I said, only a certain amount of time during the day or the week that I have to actually play video games. To
be in front of the screen.
But like in the day and age of Twitch and YouTube, like I can supplement that hobby by, you know, enjoying someone else playing that game, you know, or something like that, or talking with my friends about the game, even if I'm not necessarily playing it at that moment, you know. That's I think something that I do a lot. And then, like I said, I literally schedule out my gaming time, you know?
Yeah. Scheduling it is really good. Making promises was kind of an issue for me for stream though, because I like would be like, oh, totally. And then I'm like, oh, I like got off 30 minutes late and like, damn, I'm tired. And like, I forgot I actually work tomorrow. I'm picking up a shift. And it's like, life can hit you like that.
Yeah.
And you are like, sorry guys, I need a personal night. And to me, I hate disappointing my community and all that. So I think the Colin route of just like kind of easing off is just generous to your own self-love interests. And like, that's like, you really have to take that into account, because burnout is real. I cannot express enough as a streamer.
Especially as a streamer.
Especially as a streamer, you literally triple or quadruple your energy output. And you're even like streaming or putting energy into your stream when you're not like live. Like me and Colin work on our streams. I know Colin does an insane amount of work on his. And like, even me just like working alongside of him is like crazy how many hours we put in, or setting up a game like Banjo, like Jiggies of Time. How many hours? It took us like 2 hours to set that up. And we played for like 3 hours. 2 hours to set up, 3 hours of playing. God, it was pretty good. Yeah. But like, it really can be consuming. And we're like, we got a day off. Okay, I'm going to stream. Well, now it's 2:00. Okay. And then I got to fix this. Okay. Now I got to post a video. Okay. Now it's like 8:00. And my whole day was video games. So again, self-love. And also I think one way to manage it is to like, and I guess this more applies to streaming, to streamers really, but to like, for me, like I was saying this before the stream to you guys, play a solo game, or like play something really light and enjoyable that you don't have to put a lot of focus on. Like if there's a game you love and you can't get your hands on it because compartmentalizing your time is difficult, then just like play something easy that you know you love, like once in a while. Like I'll literally like sometimes I'll like, I was talking to someone about
off
this
stream is what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I would watch like Lord of the Rings in pieces to get like a taste of it, and so I don't have to like cram it down my throat, because like that way you get something you like in a little.
Yeah, because watching one of those movies all in one sitting makes you want to stab yourself.
Fly, Frodo! No, it doesn't. Stab myself with a love sword. What? Are you fucking insane?
Hate those movies.
What are you? Are you joking? Are you crazy?
No, I absolutely hate them.
Fuck?
Wow, that's surprising.
That's no joke.
Really, Colin, what do you think about them?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like them a lot. I haven't watched them in a while. I need to rewatch them all, but I really enjoyed them.
They're like my favorite movies ever.
What I don't like is Harry Potter. I don't like those movies.
See, I love Harry Potter movies.
I think they're dumb. The kids acting is horrific.
They're children.
I know,
and they get better as they go along. Like the further along, some of the like
that's an opinion.
It's not an opinion. Fucking what's his nuts? Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe is a fantastic actor. And
God.
Especially a lot of the stuff he's done post Harry Potter has been fucking fantastic.
They're probably fine. They're fine actors. I just don't like the movies. I just
my cousin
didn't really enjoy them. I didn't grow up reading them, so like coming to this was so I didn't have all the like the gaps filled in for the books, you know. So I came into it as like, this is a movie mindset, and it wasn't really.
That's same for me. For me, I watched it with the expectation that it'd be a long epic tale like Lord of the Rings, and I really did. It's kind of like Paper Mario for me. I loved the good aspects of it, but there were enough bad parts that I was like, definitely not as epic as Lord of the Rings. I didn't find like any flaws with those movies. Are you kidding me?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
The acting's fucking dick. It's terrible.
What?
And I hate it. It's so over dramatized and like bullshit. Dude, literally the fucking the third movie is just Frodo and Sam staring at each other in their eyes and they never kiss. And like,
shut the fuck up. They're best friends.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's the worst. I fucking hate it.
Stop Paul right here and say, don't let that stop anyone in the audience from watching Lord of the Rings.
I think everyone's seen Lord of the Rings at this point.
Yeah, everyone's seen Lord of the Rings. I hate them. My wife loves them. She hates me for that. But for my opinion on it, I just
unless you have a bad opinion, you know.
Yeah, no, it's I admit it's a controversial opinion. I don't expect anyone to agree with
it. It's a wrong opinion.
No, it's not wrong.
Canceled tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm canceled.
You're wrong, Paul. We're actually shut off the air now. We're not allowed to be live.
I'm leaving.
That's funny. Let's go on to news.
Here's my reaction.
Good news, everyone.
So real quick before we get into the Mario stuff, NVIDIA announced their new 3000 series. Or their 30 series of video cards, and they're phenomenal. Like,
I gotta say, I'm even excited about this, and I don't give a shit most of the time.
They're really impressive, and especially the power that they provide at the price points is
what
nice.
Is the price point retail or MSRP on it? It's 1100, isn't it?
Yeah. No. So the 37 or the 3070, which is the lowest tier card they announced.
Lowest is 3070.
The lowest is 37. No, 3070 is the name of the card.
Okay.
And that is more powerful than the 2080 Ti, which is what I have, which is like the top tier card of last generation. That's launching at $499, so $500.
That's very good. That's very good.
It's good.
Oh my God,
especially for the power. The 3080, which is
a really good price.
Literally like double the power of my video card is $699.
Oh, okay.
So $700. And then the 3090, which is the equivalent of there was a price given. It was Mike, I believe it was $1499. But like that's not really the 3090 is comparable to the Titan. So it's really more of a productivity card. It's not necessarily geared towards gamers. So like I don't really I mean actually calling it would be useful for someone like you who does a lot of video editing.
I'm not kidding.
Oh my God, you would be just like
rendering would be like that, and like it's already a lot faster.
Rendering, holy shit, dude.
So $14.99 is the price point on that, which is expensive, but like I said, that's kind of like a different tier. That's like a totally different like ballpark.
This isn't for something that like people that are getting into PCs or just have beginner. Like I probably won't get that one.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the first model, which is apparently like as expensive as the one I have, and I have like a 1080. Or I don't even know it's not nearly as good as yours.
1070. You have a 1070.
I have a 1070. So like, and mine was like, it was like still like $475 card though. Mm-hmm. And to know that it's $500 for the 3080 model is, or whatever, is that the one?
It's pretty incredible. The price point seems right, and it seems like a lot more.
Yeah. The issue is now you're not gonna be able to resell your old.
What's also impressive is the actual technology that's going into it. Like they introduced ray tracing in the last generation, but they've taken it to such a further level with this generation.
I loved watching that Breath of the Wild thing you sent me when they ray traced it.
Oh, that was cool.
Wasn't that cool?
Wow,
yeah.
So cool.
I mean, that wasn't part of the presentation, but it was pretty rad. Huh?
No, I know, but I just loved seeing that. I did like that.
And then our next bit of news, before we do it, I just want to bring us back to a simpler time when we were getting some predictions from Josh here.
Oh God, are you going to the notes? I think there's gonna be the massive Mario announcement. Literally, they're gonna trickle in the Zelda.
What are you doing?
The Zelda thing.
Are you playing audio?
Shotgun us in the face.
Listen to it.
With a huge Mario announcement.
We'll play it twice.
No, I don't even want to hear it.
I'll turn it up.
No, I don't want to hear myself.
We're gonna.
I said it was. All right, let me just tell you what I said.
I'm gonna play it again. This was Josh's prediction for the Mario Direct that we got this.
All right, I'm gonna touch on it.
I think there's gonna be the massive Mario announcement. Literally, they're gonna trickle in Zelda and they're gonna do the Zelda thing, and they're gonna shotgun us in the face.
Am I crazy right now?
Huge Mario announcement of all these new remakes, finishing it with a new Mario game this year. I am almost certain we're gonna get Odyssey 2 or something.
Right, I'm crazy.
And I'm really excited. I'm being bold. I think this is gonna be the
I'm being bold. So Josh was being bold, guys.
All right, let me talk on this real quick. Okay. I not only was being bold, but I was being an optimistic Nintendo fan. I really thought Nintendo, and I'm totally honest, I'm not certain there's not one more in the chamber. I'm really not certain we're done here because this is a September announcement.
So if it wasn't for COVID, I would say you're right.
That's a good point.
But
yeah, that's a good point.
The stuff that we got this last week was supposed to be announced in June. So like, I think that COVID really put a damper on Nintendo's plans for the year, and a lot of the stuff that they were going to announce this year, they're just holding for later on because they're like, hey, we just need to get our priorities in check for the stuff that we're putting out this year and do that. Because some of the games they announced aren't even coming out this year. But let's go over those. So we got a surprise 15-minute Nintendo Direct on the Mario 35th anniversry.
Probably my favorite direct ever, honestly.
What was it? Thursday is when that dropped?
I think it was Thursday. I was literally watching it at work and I was like, like freaking out the whole time. I love it. Go through each item, honestly.
So we will. I'm going through what's in the notes because I don't remember every item.
Okay. So I'll bring up what we miss.
Yeah. So one of the things that we got that dropped as a shadow drop that day, which we mentioned earlier, was Mario All-Stars for free. I say free with quotation marks. If you have Nintendo Online or Switch Online, it's free in the Super Nintendo app on there. Renewed. You get Mario All-Stars for the Switch, which is great.
Fantastic. Bravo, Nintendo. Bring us N64
which was absolutely fantastic. The next thing they showed was actually I believe was the Mario Kart game, which looks crazy.
The Mario Kart game is revolutionary in my mind.
It's an AR Mario Kart game with real remote control carts.
Genius, Nintendo.
That have cameras on them. So you put your cart down on the floor. It's got a camera on it, and you play the game. It's called, what is it called? Mario Kart Home Circuit or something like that. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit.
Live Circuit, yeah. Live Home Circuit. I gotta say, Mario Kart is always one of those games that Nintendo likes to innovate. Like, there's always there was those Mario Kart things that you'd sit in at the movie theaters or whatever, and like they're always willing to do like the first person Mario Kart, and like they did like the Wii Wheel. So like they're always willing to do new stuff in Mario Kart. Like, I am super excited about this.
I think this was really rad. Honestly, as an adult who owns my own home and not a very large living room space, I'm not as excited about it as I would have been when I was a child living in my parents' home with a bigger living room.
That being said, this hits the demographic nicely.
Yeah. So, and obviously that's who it's geared towards, but it looks so cool. Like this would have been my favorite toy as a kid. It literally would have been my favorite toy.
I don't think I can use it unless I like take it around my apartment complex, which I guess would be kind of fun.
Yeah, and maybe you can do stuff like that, but it looks like a lot of fun. The next thing they announced was a Mario Game & Watch, which if you know what the Game & Watch was the first video game product that Nintendo ever put out, and it was a LCD handheld.
Pretty sure it was the
video
first
game, Liquid Crystal. It may have been. Yeah, it was kind of like the Tiger games.
I think Ball was the first game.
Yeah,
first handheld
and
game,
so it's like that, only instead of being just the old ass basic LCD screen, you've got like a full IPS display on there in color, and it has the original Mario game on it, which is really cool. So you can play through the original Mario game on it. And then it also has a version of the original Game & Watch game, only with Mario's face put over Mr. Game & Watch's head.
Yeah, that's the Ball. That's the first game ever released by Game & Watch. That's why they did that.
Where you just juggle Mario's balls.
And honestly, as someone who played all the Game & Watch collections, like all of them on my Game Boy Advance and Game Boy and stuff back in the day, I love Game & Watch games. So I'm really,
they're fun, simple little games.
I'm really excited to get this product.
Did they say the price point on it?
I did not catch a price on this.
I expect it to be more expensive than I want it to be.
I expect it to be more expensive than I want it to be. If I'm making a realistic guess, I would say
like 50.
I think 50 is like possible and I'll buy it. But I think 30 is what I would want it to be, and think logically it should be 30 after tax or whatever, like, or whatever, maybe like 34 after tax. 20 seems likely because it's literally just one game. I know it's that's not the doubtable one.
Not with that liquid crystal or with the IPS display on it.
The fact that it is a huge collector's item, and it is also limited. Everything in this announcement is limited. That's huge. I am buying this. I am definitely. I'm probably not going to get probably not getting the Mario Kart Live Circuit. Probably because I can't accommodate it, and it would be a collector's item for me. And as much as I do kind of want it, I could probably get one on eBay if I ever have a house big enough, or whatever. But this is something I'm really excited about. As someone who loves the old school a lot, I'm super excited to get this game and watch into my hands. I'll pay any price.
Anyway. Dude, our logo does say this is a cult.
This is difficult. Oh, this is... Colin, did you make this?
No. I just noticed that. You just pointed that out. That's so funny. Colt's underlined, too. I just noticed that. My brother made that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's so funny.
Not difficult.
Oh my God. Okay, so more thing. Let's get back on track with the Mario stuff. So another thing they announced, which I thought was really cool. So a couple of years ago, they announced the Tetris 99.
Oh yes, thanks for reminding me.
Which is, it's 100 player. You play against 99 other Tetris players as a battle royale. So they made Mario 35. So you play against 34 other people. I don't think it's out yet. It's the original Mario game, and what happens is, like, as you go, like as you kill enemies or like hit certain blocks, those blocks appear in other people's games and make them harder. And so it's whoever can get furthest through the original Mario.
To me, as a runner of the original one, as someone who can crush those games very fast, like especially the first one.
Fun.
It looks really fun. It's not like Tetris where I'm like, I don't know, like how do I attack someone? Yeah, I like Tetris, but Tetris 99 was a little complex for me, actually. This is literally, you run to the level, you do the thing, and then it just like sends the enemies to someone else, and you can use like moves at the top of your screen to like affect other players. And to me, that's basic enough that you're still just playing Mario, and it's going to rank up the difficulty awesomely. And I think it's going to be really cool for people like me and you guys who have played the old schools to death.
Yeah.
Like I am always dying for a new version of like the originals.
Right. Then they went on to do some stuff that I didn't care about as much. They're doing Mario Tour, which is the Mario Kart phone app. They're doing some event in that.
I don't care. Yeah.
I don't really care. Physical stuff, they're like shoes and some other clothing products and stuff.
I tried to buy the shoes literally on launch hour, and I couldn't. They got sold out. It was like can't buy, and then I refreshed and it was sold out. I was like, what?
They did look pretty cool though.
So $125 saved on my part.
Yeah.
I didn't buy them, so I think
some other like digital stuff, like some Smash Brothers and Animal Crossing kind of like crossover stuff. Some cool stuff. But then we get into the
hours in Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah,
I'm done.
Then we get into the real good.
So the prediction part that actually came true.
The
1%.
So I said a lot of things that I was a little overzealous of, but this was the main thing I was really trying to drive home. Go ahead, Paul.
You can take it, man.
I was about to say this was the main thing I was excited about. So I'll just get out of the way. I was expecting a big Mario title. I still am not 100% sure it's not coming, but I do agree with Paul that COVID probably does put a damper on the surprise factor here. Although we apparently get surprised very easily. This is 20 days. This got announced 20 days before it's launched, which is insane. Anyway, so we're not getting a big Mario game. That being said, this is an insanely exciting product to me, to everyone who has not played these games, and to everyone who's just a fan of the best Mario games ever. They are fucking releasing the Super Mario 3D All-Star Collection, or however you say it. And so this was the big announcement. It is literally going to be, in my opinion, the 3 best Mario games. Galaxy 2 would have been a little better.
Well, I've got a comment on that. So continue,
okay, and
we'll talk about that.
I have a lot of comments on this one also. So it's going to be Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. In my opinion, the 3 most iconic games in the Mario universe. As far as 2D,
they're like
3D,
the staple 3D games on the previous consoles. They were like the launch 3D Marios for those consoles.
As someone who knows a lot of people that hadn't played the Wii, and like the Wii kind of got shafted a little, and then Sunshine was kind of obscure for a lot of people, so they just didn't get to play. I know a lot of people that didn't play Sunshine. It's really cool that these are getting re-released. They are getting remastered, but not remade. So there's almost no difference in 64. I was kind of expecting a little Link's Awakening here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad. I'm a flat line with this reaction. I'm obviously happy that the bundle is coming out. I'm ecstatic. But as far as the remastering is concerned, I think I want to see how the controls and everything are before I make my judgment completely. But at least for 64, it would have been nice to see a graphical overhaul, I think. But I'm not, again,
well, they
mad.
Upscaled it.
They did upscale, but I'm talking about like Link's Awakening, like rip out and put on new skin basically and make it like the same game but look brand new. That would have been pretty cool, but I understand the decision not to, and they're trying to get it out obviously, and that would have maybe been like a massive undertaking. Again, not mad, like totally happy that's coming out, but just not ecstatic about that aspect. But Sunshine, I'm really happy. I'm going to be using my GameCube controller on that to ensure that my flood thing works correctly. But I'm wondering how they're going to do it with like the Pro controller, and the Joy-Con doesn't have pressure, does it? It doesn't have pressure on the L and R button, so you're probably going to press bumper to hold Mario down and then just press the other one to like be able to move and use FLUDD. So that's something interesting. They also enhanced Mario Galaxy into the Joy-Con controls, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to play each of these in the optimal way. So I will use the Pro controller for 64, the GameCube controller for Sunshine, and the Joy-Cons for Galaxy. I'm really excited to see the enhancements on Galaxy. I know we'll talk more about this, but my biggest concern about Galaxy is that I do like Mario Galaxy 2 better because I think the controls got tweaked to perfection. Not that controls are bad, but I think they got tweaked to perfection. And I do just like it better as a game overall, although it's arguably a better story in Galaxy 1. So I'm really excited to see if it like is, because last time I did my speed run of it, it was a little frustrating at parts. Like Mario's sliding off the edge for no fucking reason. I'm like, Mario, what the fuck? Like you're just not as controllable as Sunshine is. Flawless controls, and I can't rave about how amazing it is. 64 is crazy because the momentum is like, I hope they didn't rein it in. But like
backwards long jumps. I wonder if those will work.
There's like so many things. Oh, I wonder if you can break this game. Oh my God. I wonder how sealed up 64 is now.
I doubt they did too much. I know they probably optimized something.
The same,
but I highly doubt they changed the core mechanics of the game.
Yeah, because like the biggest part about
if they did that, they would have done a full remake. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's a good point. In my opinion, 64 is the overall, like they're all so good, so good. 64 is the overall best 3D Mario game after playing through them all. As Sunshine has the best control feel, but 64 overall is the best. So it's really going to be cool to see if they maintained that. And part of that control, like why the controls and movements were so good, was he had a wide array of movements. And he could do some crazy momentum-based moves and some crazy like finagling. Remember, me and Colin would just be like, "Can we get up there?" And we just try these crazy things, jumping off walls and doing all sorts of weird flips. And we would do it. Like it allowed you to be crazy. And Sunshine kind of carried that. And it was less like that in Galaxy and so on forth from there. And Odyssey was really more straightforward as well, where you could do some of that with Cappy. And there's actually quite a bit of that.
There's some really cool stuff you can do with Cappy.
There's some really cool things. But 64, it really takes the cake as far as insane breaking of the game, basically, in order to do awesome, cool things. Just like backwards jump.
Another thing they announced that we kind of left off, and this will bring me, I'll circle back to the Mario Galaxy 2 thing. They announced separately Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Yes, I almost forgot this.
What Mario 3D World, they take Mario 3D World from the Wii U, ported it over. And then they added co-op as well as a new expansion to it. Oh, was it co-op? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if online co-op, though. It was couch co-op.
Okay, so they added online co-op.
Colin.
In addition to what Bowser's Fury, which I'm guessing is an expansion to it.
We don't know, but I'm excited for any new content.
Sure, yeah. So what I'm thinking, though,
online co-op, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, which I think that's going to be amazing in and of itself. I'm super excited about that. I'm probably actually more excited about that than I am about the 3D collection or 3D All-Stars.
Let's not get carried away. I will. So to touch on that, this is an exciting announcement, the 3D World remake, because again, the Wii U I mean, it's clear just by how many things are getting ported over from the Wii U to the Switch that it was just such an underrated, underplayed, underbought console.
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting on it. I love the Wii U. I love it. It just did not succeed. So it's really cool to see this port because this is like the Mario game. Like aside from like the Galaxies that some people didn't play because the Wii was whatever. I love the Wii, but anyway, this was really the one that very few people played was 3D World. So this is a great idea. It's going to be really fun to play online with your friends. I'm excited for any new stuff. I'm loving this. Like, I think this is a great time for Mario. I am sad it's not coming out this year. I'll be honest. That's kind of annoying for me. We got to wait till February to get it.
So the reason I mentioned that in reference to Galaxy 2 is I think that what Nintendo wants to do with Galaxy 2 is something similar to what they're doing with 3D World. So instead of releasing it with, you know, those 3 other games in a package.
Yes.
If they do plan on bringing it back, they're gonna do something like what they did with 3D World.
If they expand Mario Galaxy and they just call it Mario Galaxy 3, I'm gonna just die right there.
And maybe that's what they do. We'll see. We don't know, but I don't think they completely forgot or snubbed Galaxy 2 because I know there's a lot of demand for that game.
They also left 6 golden coins out of that reel, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, did they?
The 2 games that were missing from that reel that were Mario like full-length games were 6 golden coins and
which 6 golden coins is the most best, it's the best Mario game on Game Boy. Yeah.
You're like, oh cool, Mario Land. Mario Land is crap compared to 6 golden coins.
Mario Land is fun and unique. It's the most different Mario game.
So different.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of hard at some points, but it's just 6 golden coins is tight. It is so memorable.
So good.
I love that game so. It's the Link's Awakening of Mario games.
And then that all being said, that's all very exciting. I think that the reason we didn't see anything with Zelda aside from the whole COVID stuff was we've got Zelda's 35th anniversary next year. And I think they're going to do something extremely similar to what they did with Mario for Zelda next year.
You're probably going to get Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess remastered because if they're going to do the 3 packs, and then I would imagine this is my new prediction is going to be like we maybe get Skyward Sword as a standalone, and the new thing is going to be dropping new standalone remakes, and it's kind of not a new thing for Nintendo. We did that with like Tropical Freeze, Wind Waker, blah 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 blah, everything, and I love it. I'll never stop buying these. Next year, we're going to get the Zelda, and then I would predict the follow-up is going to be the Metroid year. I'm not saying it's their anniversary, but I think we're going to get the 3 Metroids probably relaunched on the Switch, which would be really sweet. And
that'd be cool.
We are getting a new Metroid game. I don't know if anyone remembers this.
Yeah, no, we remember it. Everyone remembers it. Metroid 4 or Prime 4.
The 2D. There's a 2D Metroid side scroller that was.
So I think that's
leaked with Paper Mario. It was leaked with Paper Mario.
Was that in the same leak?
So when we got the leak, it was Paper Mario. It was like they were making a Paper Mario game that was true to form. Remember, that's all we got. Yeah. And there will be a side-scrolling Metroid game.
That was in the same leak?
Same leak. Same guy, at least.
Okay.
So, so the Paper Mario thing was true. We got that really fast. And we were like, damn, this guy's credible. And then, so I think it's possible we get a small baby launched at Christmas just to get something out of Christmas. Be like Metroid Fusion 2. I don't even know. Okay. Super Metroid 2. Oh, please. That's the one I want. Super Metroid Deluxe. Oh, that's sweet. Now we're cooking. Anyway, regardless, I think that'd be cool. And then I think a remaster, doing it in 3s is kind of a cool idea to get bulk. Because again, I would buy these individually, 64, all that, like just digitally, whatever. But it's cool that they're doing the 3 packs, although they could be bigger. I think it's cool. I think Zelda next year. And then I think Metroid's like the perfect one to do a reprint or remake of.
I think that'd be cool. Really that'd be rad. Really I'm down.
Especially the 3rd one could do the Joy-Con controls.
Yeah. Do you guys have any closing thoughts for this week?
My closing thoughts are I'm really excited about Nintendo lately, and just gaming in general is really awesome. There's just a lot of more casual options lately, being in how we were talking about having downtime and trying to maintain your hobbies, but not exerting yourself too much into them and getting obsessed with them or whatever, just rabbit holing with them. I'm loving just like casually playing some chill games by myself. And I'm sorry, my community, I'm definitely not done streaming. Don't you worry. But it is just like real life is a thing, like Paul was saying, like, and I'm really, you know, doing my thing right now. So
yeah, I've been getting hit with that a lot lately too. Yeah. So
we're not going anywhere on the podcast. You can always catch us here, and you'll always see like us doing random thing. Me and Colin will never stop doing the new mods when they come out. So like, there's always that at least, and then of course we come back to it when we have more time. Like you never know, jobs change, hours change, like everything changes in a certain way. Like so. I could have a job soon that's much more freeing and get back into streaming. Yeah. But my closing thoughts are I'm really excited by the gaming industry now and how it's kind of peeking over all this COVID stuff and like kind of trying to reinforce the fans that gaming is a cool hobby to have. And there are some really rich experiences out there. Just like Paper Mario, we're getting a lot of remakes of games that I love. It's not even that I'm playing these games again, these Mario games. I love that people that never play these games and like little kids are going to be able to play Super Mario 64 on their console that their mom just got them, the brand new console. Like they're going to be able to play all these games that would never have been able to play otherwise because you got to get it at 64. Maybe like, they get it when they're like older, but like it's really cool that the next generation is going to be able to get all this again. I think the Switch is a bravo to the Switch for basically trying to become the ultimate Nintendo console, and they are slowly getting there. Once Ocarina of Time is on this console, I do not know if I'm going to be able to hold back saying it's the best console. Like once
speaking of the Switch, the rumor is, and this is very much a rumor, but the rumor is the next iteration of the Switch will be like a portable PS4.
I just nutted. No,
so we don't know. Anyway, that's it for the day, guys. I'll be buying that too.
I will say I'm going to be buying a lot of the new. I don't even care. Like this, I think Nintendo is really worth putting a lot of your hobby investments into. I think it's doing a lot of good moves right now. Not that PC and the other ones and PlayStation, Xbox have exciting moves if you're into that.
Wait out.
But I'm really excited about it.
Bye.
Bye, Paper Mario. Bye, everybody.
Guys, I'm Paul. Ryugami-san is the channel that you're on right now if you're watching us live. That's my Twitch channel. You can find me at Ryugami-sama. Links are in the chat right now for our socials and our YouTube if you want to catch the episodes on YouTube or rewatch them there. I post those, as well as I post the reviews separately. And our Discord's in there too. Join our Discord. Post clips, interact with us, talk about the featured games with us. And that is all. Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me at Lord Yeshua on Twitch, and I'm always streaming some crazy shit. Always, as in never. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. Find me at Lord Yeshua TTV on all of my socials, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Lord Yeshua, my friends.
Perfect.
Be around. Don't you worry. I'm not going anywhere.
I thought you were done.
Oh, bye. Your turn.
Twitch.tv/4G.
Nice. All right. That's where you can find 4G. All right, guys. We love you. We'll be back this week. Next week, we'll be around. Who are we raiding?
Who do you think?
Switmandari.
Cool. Right.
Who do you think?
I'm cool with that. We can raid.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. And again, so real quick, we didn't even mention this. This does launch on the 18th, the Mario thing. I will be streaming it live. So you guys can all catch me doing 100% run of the entirety of it. So
really,
that's gonna be really. Yep, I am actually gonna.
We should do some
racing him.
Co-op.
I'll be racing him.
You gonna race me?
Like what 100%. Adam and I did with Zelda, and he beat my ass.
You'll destroy me at 64. I'll beat you at Sunshine. It'll be almost a tie.
All right, we're gonna raid Mindari, guys. 8 seconds. 7.
Have a good one.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.